Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Make Your Day Richer. And the three people on your screen right now have made my day richer for the last 8 years. And literally every person who comes on any show that I'm doing, because every time I get oh my God, your theme song is so much fun. And these are the guys responsible for the theme song, along with so many other great things in the world. Hi, guys.
Hi, Richard.
The name of the band is Big Infinite. You want to introduce yourselves individually?
Sure. I'm Jordan.
I'm DJ.
I'm Andre.
And
the Big Infinite.
We are.
Yes. And you were my first guest on my original show way back today in 2016, when I had no idea how to do anything but talk to people. And what I just found out was that was also the beginning of your career as well. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, we had actually been a band for like 6 years prior. We were a different band. The name was Fiction 20 Down. And we were, doing typical band things, just touring around the U.S., living out of a van. And then we started this new chapter, Big Infinite. And we, changed our trajectory of our career and left behind the traditional path of the music business and really started bringing our songs, our original music, and the platform it provided to raise awareness for mental health and suicide prevention. So that
was
is
that the
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Was that, I also feel like I'm way too tall. Here we go. Was that the original plan with Big Infinite, or did it just sort of organically happen because of life?
It organically happened. I mean, the plan was a fresh start. I lost my dad to clinical depression and suicide. And so that was like the ending of the Fiction 20 Down chapter. And then when we started, we kind of reconvened and started playing music again. It just had a totally different vibe, and we had a different vibe about us. The three of us really started to get really honest about our own struggles with mental health. That carried over into the songwriting. And then I guess it was just something about the songs, the vibe that we were putting out, because it did just create this organic trajectory where all of a sudden we're not playing festivals in California. We're playing public high schools in Harford County. And instead of being at a bar till 2 a.m. playing our songs, we're waking up at 5 a.m. to play at a library, so certainly not our design, but it's just life led us forward.
How have you adjusted to that sort of life and band culture now? Because you think, you're going out and playing all these different places with all this huge crowds, and then suddenly you're in front of kind of children or, people, like you said, in schools. Like, how do you adjust to that from your perspective of like, this is what I wanted to do, and then now what you're actually doing?
You guys have anything that immediately comes to mind?
Well, we got to play our music the whole time, which was a plus. The loading in and loading out, that was the same. Honestly, what I think we got from playing at schools and places like that was a lot more engagement and honesty, from the kids, and the way that they responded to the songs was just a lot of positivity. So you can't, although it might not have been what I saw for my future, what I dreamt of, as far as a musician goes, you can't deny, like, you're getting your music out there, it's having an impact, and it just brightens your day. So brightens their day, hopefully, too.
Yeah. And I mean, I think music, whether you hear from the people who are listening or not, always has such a profound impact, at least for me. And now you kind of get to actually hear, right? Like a little, probably more about the impact that your music is having on people, because you're talking to people one-on-one more, I would guess.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference. It's the connection we're able to create with the students or the people that are there for the performance.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the or a lot, whatever you want to do, about the foundation and what work you're doing with your foundation?
Yeah, the Ed Lally Foundation. Ed Lally was my father, so that what the band is doing is intertwined with the foundation, and so the centerpiece of our outreach is just what we were talking about: visiting schools through an assembly program called the Power of Expression, mental health and suicide prevention assembly. So we're playing music, we're sharing personal stories about our struggles as well as our various successes we've had as it relates to our mental health. We're sharing with the students proactive mental health strategies and suicide prevention resources like the 988 number and stuff like that. And our goal is to do it in a way that is engaging for the students, right? We want them to receive this message and to really receive it. What I remember from my high school assemblies was really not much because they were boring. It was just somebody up there with a PowerPoint presentation. It's just, so we want to be the antithesis of that. So that's the centerpiece of what the Ed Lally Foundation is doing. We also have a variety of support groups that we offer locally here in Maryland, but the men's group is also offered virtually. It's available to anybody. I know we have a longstanding member who joins us every month from Florida, a couple other people from out of this area. So we do a lot of other outreach and visits to recovery houses and stuff like that, workplace trainings around mindfulness, or what we call mindful mental health. So a variety of stuff, but the music and the Power of Expression program remains the centerpiece of that outreach.
I imagine, that you're doing a ton of research and brainstorming about how to make these presentations interactive and amazing. What was that like to really sit down and say, okay, this is what we're going to start doing? How do we do that?
Honestly, the inception of it was sort of forced upon us, or me initially. I was asked to be a plenary speaker at a suicide prevention conference, and so initially I agreed. And then the reality dawned on me that I was going to have to stand in front of people and talk for 60 minutes. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I very humbly asked these dudes if they would please join me up there. And in a matter of a few weeks, just came up with this concept of intertwining the music and the stories and the resources and the mental health strategies. And then, with every subsequent performance and every year that we're visiting schools or military bases or wherever we're going, we just continue to refine it. So yeah, there is a good deal of brainstorming there as we debrief from one year moving on to the next. But initially, it just sort of happened. The program and so much of what we do, it just kind of evolves organically. It would get out of our own way. It's much the same as kind of we write our songs. Like if we sat down and thought we're going to write a hit right now, or we're going to write a really cool pop song or reggae song, it probably wouldn't be too good. So I think we've gotten increasingly better at getting out of our own collective way.
How have you all changed, or how do you all feel now over the last couple of years of doing this work? What in your lives has changed?
Everything.
Yeah.
Just outlook on life, way we see ourselves, way we see everybody else. So much. My mental health practice.
I think DJ's really giving voice to kind of what we've been saying in terms of this organic thing, right? What we're doing is just an extension of our personal approach, how that's changed to our own mental health, because we toured for 6 years as Fiction 20 Down, and we never once talked about anything real that we were going through with. My dad's passing was kind of kind of ripped the Band-Aid off, and all of a sudden we were just talking. And the more we talked, the closer we felt. And then so we brought that vulnerability to whatever audience we're in front of. We also, got really proactive about addressing our mental health through meditation and mindfulness and breath work and a whole bunch of practices. So, our lives, I think I can speak for all three of us and say that have changed in that way. We're more vulnerable human beings now. We are actively involved in our mental health on a day-to-day basis. And so that certainly has informed what we do, all of what we do to the foundation and the band.
I imagine probably better friendships with each other because you have such a closer connection now because you're being real and authentic with each other.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Andre, you take that one.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I guess, we were always, it became, I wouldn't even say it's friendships. I mean, it became family. I mean, honestly, because it was maybe a little business friendship at first, Fiction 29. Hey, we're going to make it. We got to do this, got to do that. And now it's, it's still some business there, but it's family. I mean,
Yeah.
And we know we're creating something bigger than us.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point that DJ's touched on. Is like Fiction 20 Down was all about us and making it. And this is all our pursuits now begin sort of from the other perspective. How can we serve? How can our music lift someone up or help them feel less alone, or whatever bit of outreach we're doing. Yeah.
We no longer need to be the biggest band around. We just want to help anyone we can.
Yeah. Are you all fathers now? Are you all parents or not? Does everyone have kids now?
Yeah.
How, what are you teaching your kids about mental health?
Oh
I know
man,
they're young, but
everything I know.
Yeah.
My daughters are 7 and 11. So I think the first and foremost lesson that I've taught them just through example is vulnerability and being honest as a parent, not trying to be perfect. And then certainly, we're doing breathing exercises as part of our nighttime routine with our book that we're reading. And as my oldest daughter has started, in 5th grade, now going into middle school, some of those challenges bring up certain anxieties and stuff like that. So we're navigating them consciously and talking about it and handling situations like that. I would say first and foremost, though, it's just practicing what we preach and really embodying vulnerability and all the proactive mental health strategies.
Anybody else want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Jordan said, I definitely do a lot of apologizing, kind of practicing what I preach. If I mess up, got to apologize, got to try to say it right. And the breathing, I keep it simple as of right now, but getting them started on it at least, and leading by example.
Do you do anything virtually, or is it all in person?
Yeah, we our school program, we have virtual options. We have a documentary that was made about our program that certain schools out of state will use to address mental health. Sometimes we'll follow it up with a Zoom Q&A. We have we also travel. We've done our program down in South Carolina, up in New York. We're continually looking to expand that. Our men's group is available virtually. I think right. Am I missing anything that's a virtual option?
And we have Tai Chi every Monday, and that's held virtually every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Teachers.
Oh yeah,
no, that's in person.
Periodically, we'll have a mindfulness. We will have mindfulness for teachers sometimes virtually. The ones we have coming up are in person. But yeah, we do have periodic virtual offerings in addition to the school program, which is sort of always available virtually. And so we would just encourage folks to visit edlalleyfoundation.org because we have an updated calendar there of everything that's available to people.
Okay, good. Did you also say that you were traveling into, did you say South Carolina?
Yep. We've been visiting Charleston and doing the Power of Expression down there. See, it's really our ability to expand our program, just like the program itself has come about organically. So there was a principal of a school in Baltimore, and we did the Power of Expression there. And then he moved down to South Carolina to a new school. And then he said, you guys got to come down here. So we've been going down there the last 2 years. And the same is true of New York. So So yeah, we're traveling. We're on the
Well,
road.
I'm now in South Carolina. So the next time you're here, let me know.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
This is truly like, first of all, they make great music. And then it's also just the best group of people you can ever meet. Like listening to you guys talk and following your journey, like literally brings tears to my eyes because I'm just so proud of you in some sort of weird way. I have nothing to do with your success, but just that you have found your path is just amazing to me. And I'm so appreciative and honored to know all of you.
The feeling
Really
is
great people.
Likewise, brother.
And one day when we're on NBC or something, this will be my house band. I've called it since day one. It will happen. Big Infinite, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We will be right back after this.
A Head in the Count Productions is your go-to partner for all things creative, offering exceptional videography, photography, editing, and copywriting services. With a proven track record of delivering high-quality content, we excel at handling projects of any size or complexity with ease. Our team is dedicated to bringing your vision to life, ensuring that every detail is executed with precision and creativity. From concept to final product, A Head in the Count Productions works seamlessly to craft content that resonates with your audience. A deep commitment to excellence, combined with an ability to adapt to any challenge, is what makes us the perfect choice for businesses seeking top-tier creative solutions. A Head in the Count Productions, provoking thought through film.
All right, I think, okay, yes. I get so nervous that I am not going to have a microphone on here. Okay, great group of people. I'm telling you, go check them out, biginfinite.com. And if you, or thebiginfinite.com, and if you would like to be on the show in the form of a commercial like you just saw, make sure you email makeyourdayricher@gmail.com and we'll get you hooked up, all right. Hey, thank you for 1,000 views and downloads. I saw all the people watching this live. So we'll be at 25 before you know it. So thank you everyone who watches and shares and likes. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, following, and all the things. Please. Okay, what else do I have to tell you? Have I ever told you how much I love Wax On Magazine? Because I do. Wax On Magazine. If you're in the Waxhaw, North Carolina area, go to waxonmagazine.com and check out their latest edition and pick it up monthly, would you? Don't ask why. I'll tell you later. Alrighty. And there's a new episode this week of the podcast I co-host for the Wolf Media Festival out of Florida. And it comes out every Wednesday. And here is our latest episode. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. But take a look at this clip from this week's episode of the Wolf Media Fest podcast. Every part needs to really be a starring role, no matter if you're in front or behind the camera. So I kind of want to start there and why that is so important to you.
Well, yeah, I just, as a director, you take a lot of credit for things, and it's not like you're not allowed to. Like you definitely deserve it, but at the same time, sometimes it feels like there's a piece missing, and I always like to fill that piece. It's always hard to say like you're the reason why the film is successful. There's so many people that's involved that by the end of the day, it's me making decisions, but the efforts and like the attention that the others bring to the film is really the reason why it even came to be finished. So I just like to, I like to share those stories. And
really, really great podcast and some great guests, award-winning films, movies, books, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. So if you are in the arts world and you are making great content, go check that out and submit your work, and you might get to talk to me and win an award. All right. Perfect. Who wouldn't want to do that? that's it. Tomorrow, that's all I have to tell you. Other than it says on here, no sleep. I got no sleep last night. I feel like as an adult, it's really weird. Do you get uncomfortable when you have to tell someone you had a nightmare? Like, I feel like that's such a child thing to be like, I had a bad dream. But I had a bad dream last night and I woke up. I go to bed pretty early, like 7:30 or 8. And I woke up at like 11:30 from this dream. And it was like one of those dreams where it was like real but fake at the same time. And it was with people I knew, but with people I didn't know. And it was past job related. It was so strange. And it threw me for a loop. And then I couldn't fall back to sleep. And I was still awake at 4:45 when the alarm went off this morning. And so I am running off a few hours of sleep. So I'm going to go take a little nap. Okay. And that's how I'm going to make my day richer. Because coming up in a couple weeks, we actually have someone here to talk about how important naps are. So tune in for that. Tomorrow, however, our Friday show is with Debbie DeLuise, who is an author right here in Lancaster County. She's an ex-librarian who has written so many books, she could probably fill her own library. And she will be here tomorrow to talk all about her book. So please tune into that and enjoy your day. Go make your day richer. And you should probably go make someone else's day richer as well, too. Try to do that, okay? I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.